It seems now may be a good time to explain the Big Bang, the universe's expansion, and how celestial power and souls are closely related. Mr. Lesky added, "The mortal universe is growing. It has been ever expanding since Adam and Eve's original sin. Blessed and cursed with the new cycle of humanity as parents of new children, their children would become parents, and they would have more children, and the human race was born. Adam and Eve's original sin required a place be made for the descendant souls of Adam and Eve. There needed to be a home for the souls of the dead, a place for them to go upon leaving their mortal coil." Lesky explained further, "Heaven exists at the edge of eternity and infinity, which is to say, it exists everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Time is not meaningful in heaven or hell. Things do not age or die in those planes. They perpetuate. Even death in hell is temporary. You will reform, regrow over time, ensuring eternity and torments can be always inflicted. Heaven and hell have physical places, just like the mortal plane, Earth, the moon, the sun, and so forth. The location of hell's and heaven's capital cities within their respective planes overlap our mortal plane right here on Earth. Heaven's capital, the Silver City, overlaps in parallel plane Los Angeles in the United States. It is no coincidence Los Angeles translates to the City of Angels. Much like heaven overlaps Los Angeles, hell's capital, the city of Dis, overlaps New York City. To support ever-expanding population of souls from the ever-growing and dying human and animal populations, hell and heaven are expanding themselves. They are growing to fit all the dead people and animals' souls. Heaven and hell are moving and growing perpetually in 4 dimensions, from the plane of mortality, from the mortal universe, moving in lockstep in expansion, ever since the Big Bang, when the original sin transpired. Therefore, ensuring souls are always closest to the mortal kind, while being free of its influence or taint. It is hard to comprehend. Heaven and hell exist all around us, but their territory is ever expanding to accommodate the souls of the dead." Lesky had so much to say, and so he continued. "Mortals that die are sent to heaven's gates, where they will be judged, ensuring they know how wondrous it would be to have entered heaven, even if they are not assured passage until judgment is passed on them." Lesky was a veritable celestial encyclopedia. Souls can wait a very long time for judgment. Some souls are glad for the wait for fear of damnation. Populations have grown exponentially over time, which significantly increased the number of souls that must travel to heaven or hell at any given time. And with so many applicants to heaven, processing slowed down. People had to wait and wait and wait until finally they would see judgment. And they are. You shall be blessed to pass through the pearly gates to heaven, or you are damned to hell for eternal torment. And there's a chance you are banished to limbo for all eternity, for you did not qualify for either destination. Those granted entrance to heaven are, of course, elated and recognize the importance of forgiving the wait for entry. Those sent to limbo consider being spared eternal suffering a kind of blessing. Those damned to hell are heard from no more. Mr. Lesky said, circling back a bit, Earth exists in the epicenter of the mortal universe, making souls travel ever-increasing distances to reach their final resting place after death. At the newly created far edge of hell, heaven, or limbo, where the planes have most recently expanded, the Knights Templar attorney emphasized, like congested vehicle freeways, the number of souls being processed and moved to these destination planes is large. Lesky's eyes were wide. The number of souls is so big, the resulting congested torrent of souls blasting through space is immense. It creates corresponding increases in a spiritual byproduct known as dark matter. Dark matter is the celestial energy that powers divine relics and ley lines. Magic. It is what fuels religious mana, demonic magic. Witchcraft wields both mana and magic. This round table taps the ley lines and uses dark matter celestial energy. Holy mana and demonic magic are the building blocks of divine power. When mana and dark matter are unnaturally combined, they result in a devastating divine explosion, like a nuclear explosion. But these divine explosions rip holes between the planes of existence, between heaven, hell, and the mortal planes. Angels and demons tap dark matter to employ mana or magical rituals, their incantations and spells. Lesky was getting to talk quite a bit. I felt like too much, but he continued. With populations as great as they have grown, the number of souls and corresponding dark matter energy has grown immensely from the dead souls' propulsion to the edge of the universe for their final resting or tormenting place. The consequence of so much potential mana and magic coursing through the mortal universe is unprecedented. Few mortals know how to access it. However, Baal's highest followers know how to use it. We at the Knights Templar have some knowledge on how to tap it, but we have relied heavily on celestial relics, like the Flaming Dagger and the Round Table, to channel and use it in divine power. Lesky looked grave. I fear, Richard, with you, the fulcrum appearing now as the second coming. Not what people had expected, I realize. And so much excessive celestial power coursing everywhere that we are facing the end times. There is enough celestial power to create the tapestry of Baal, Richard. It is the cornerstone to bringing hell on earth. The prophesied end of days is nigh. Mr. Lusky provided insight. Baal moves souls and life from beings into strips of cursed cloth from hell. The strips serve as spiritual batteries, storing the essence of the person. The strips are stitched into the tapestry of Baal through a nether ritual. Once completed, Richard, the tapestry of Baal can be used to shear the planes that separate hell, heaven, and mortality. To open the portals at any ley line intersection in the entire universe. The tapestry of Baal is powerful.